Pieces are carefully placed and carefully moved around the board. Your mind is contemplating what your next move is going to be as you try to anticipate your opponent's reaction, and the next one, and the next one, until knight takes pawn. The game of chess is an elegant game brimming with stress and strategy and precise timing.
But more than that, it's a hobby that encourages a great deal of patience, sportsmanship, and respect. It's also a game that is alive and well right here on Delmarva. And joining us in Historic Studio D this afternoon are Ralph Lopez. He is the tournament coordinator and the president of the Salisbury Chess Club, as well as Richard Zielkowski, the youth chess tournament director. Thank you both for being here this afternoon.
Happy to be here.
Yeah. So can you tell me a little bit? Let's talk about chess in general. What sets chess apart from other competitive
The
games?
simplest thing to keep chess apart from everything else, almost everything else, is that there is no element of chance. It is simply you against your opponent and your moves against his or her moves. And whatever the result is the result. But you know, the only chance is, oh, I should have seen that move.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
So Richard, why is this so accessible to all ages?
Well, it's pretty simple, really. I mean, people think that it's very complicated, but with a little bit of instruction, once you know how to move the pieces, then you can get into strategy. And we've had kids who are like 6 years old come in and play in this tournament. That's like probably our youngest players. If I can tell a story, because this is a good one, like we had one who came in, he was 6, and he didn't win a single game, and he was, you know, pretty upset about it, obviously, but then the next year he came and won the championship.
Whoa.
So,
Oh my goodness.
you know, like it's, chess, you get out of it what you put into it, I guess.
Yeah.
So what got you into chess to begin with?
Well, I grew up playing. My brother actually was a really good player. His high school had a team. He actually won the Los Angeles Open one year.
No
I've never
way.
beaten him. And then when I started teaching at Parkside, I sort of took over as the chess club advisor, and then I wrote a grant to start a chess program at school. Ralph helped me out with that. That's how we met. And I was able to sort of parlay that money into helping start some other clubs around Salisbury, which is how I got to be where I am now, running the youth tournament.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Ralph, how'd you get involved? What got you started?
What got me started, long time ago in a land far away known as New York, my father set me and my younger brother up, set the pieces on the board, and showed a few moves and said, I'll be back in a little bit to show you some more. So we're usual kids, so we're happily killing every piece on the board. And then he comes in and he's all ready to explain that the king is the most important piece and you have to guard your king and all that. But our kings were already dead.
And you were still playing.
And we were still playing because we didn't know what. So that's how I got my start.
Wow.
And, you know, as I said to someone just the other day, so he showed me how to play even before anyone had ever heard of Bobby Fischer. And I've been playing off and on ever since.
How about that?
And the only other thing, I had an inflated opinion of myself because I was playing only my younger brothers. And then I made it to high school. And then I realized, no, I'm not that good. And I've been trying to recover ever since.
Aw. All right. Well, the reason you're here is to talk about the tournaments coming up. Tell us about it.
It is open to ages basically 6 to 18. And, you know, it should be a lot of fun. It's kind of a different experience. You know, nowadays, I see it, especially at school, a lot of kids playing chess on their phone. It's very different playing a real person and more fun, really, if I'm being honest. You know, we're hoping for a big turnout now that we're past the pandemic. It kind of put us on hold for a couple years, but
Make up for that, huh?
yeah, well, we're trying to, the pandemic was not good for clubs of any kind, and especially chess clubs. So we're trying to kind of rebuild like the enthusiasm for that and get a good turnout.
All right. Well, thank you
You
so
may
much.
have to, get past the parents, but yes.
Ralph, Richard, thank you so much
you, Mark.
for coming
Thank
in.
you.
All right,
Thank you for having us.